Hi, this is Christopher Balog for Pedal Magazine, and I'm here in the heart of cycling in Flanders at the headquarters of Ridley Bikes. I've got a Belgian fridge full of beer, and as you can see the Ridley logo here, something I just learned is that the shape of the Ridley logo is actually a cross-section of one of the first Ridley frames, so the shape of the tube. And behind me here you can see the wall of fame, some signed jerseys, Lotto Belisol, Katusha, and everything in here just screams cycling. You see the cobbles, and that's the famous Culebra in Mallorca. So welcome to Ridley.
More than welcome here at Ridley. We're very pleased to show you around what's behind the website of the Ridley bicycles and behind the product, so that we can explain to your viewers and readers that Ridley is more than just another bike brand. So the first 3 years when I founded the company, I was a custom frame builder for a bicycle brand called BioRacer. BioRacer bike fitting, there were custom geometry frames available in the Benelux market. Starting from a frame builder, those frames needed also to have a paint job, and so after 1 year of frame building we opened a very small painting facility, and that's why we basically became famous as the high-end painter for many brands in the 90s. And knowing the background of custom geometry, frame building, painting and design was actually the combined group of knowledge to start the bicycle brand Ridley end of the 90s.
Okay, so this is the warehouse, and the frames come in from Asia with a protective layer. Then they go over here to our sanding area where the frames get sanded to remove the protective layer, and then they're ready to go to the paint facility. After the frame gets a protective base layer, they can start putting the stickers on to mask certain areas of the frames, and then they will get a first, second and third color depending on the design. The frame is completely painted. One step that has to be done is the clear coat, and you can have two options, either glossy or matte. So here is the clear coat cabin where all the frames get their end finish. And then after the clear coat, the final step is that the frames have to go into the oven to stay there for a certain amount of time at a low temperature to harden all the paint and clear coat. Next weekend there is the World Championship Cyclo-cross in Tybor. We have several riders that are maybe able to win that race, so we already painted some custom World Championship frames for them. So let's hope a Ridley wins, and then they can ride this beautiful frame for the rest of the season.
Think about a decal versus a finish, a paint job like this. You can feel the different layers.
I started the company in my father's and mother's garage. Worked for a year from the garage, and then moved to an industrial area not so far away from here, a few kilometers. And in 2010 we moved to our new headquarters here in Hasselt. Yes.
Yeah. So where does the name Ridley come from?
The inspiration comes from Ridley Scott, the famous movie director. Scott.
By the way, what's your favorite Ridley Scott movie?
Blade Runner.
Yeah, classic.
In this area, when the frames come out of the paint facility, here is where all the small parts like the headset and grommets, things like that, are collected, and then the frames are prepared to go into assembly downstairs. We'll get all of its components, wheels, cranks, group set, saddle, everything, so that it's ready to be built completely.
Very young, I started to do competition cycling. My oldest brother was a professional rider, and so I started doing competition cycling from the age of 12. My big dream was, of course, to be the next Eddy Merckx of Belgium and to be a professional cyclist. Unfortunately, my legs were not as strong as my mind, and I had the opportunity to start working at the age of 18 as a frame builder.
Here's a more entry-level cross frame, but because a lot of people in Belgium are using cross bikes as commuter bikes, they made one with the mud guards. This is a really nice looking bike.
Loving the sport, being in the center, if you look at the Ridley company and you take a circle of 25 kilometers, you would be amazed how many world champions live within 25 kilometers from the factory. So if we as a Belgian friend with a passion for the sport, living in the center of the sport, if we could not do this in cross, then we had no right of doing anything else outside cross. So.
We have this strip stuck on, which is rough like sandpaper, and you called it F surface?
F surface, yeah.
So basically that was achieving the same thing as now what you can have with this groove. Surface Plus?
Yeah.
So there's a turbulence created and it reduces drag. Brilliant. Joachim, thanks a lot. It's been great, wonderful to be here in the heart of cycling country at Ridley, and thank you so much for making some time for us. Great.
Yeah, I'm very pleased to have you here, and very pleased to be able to tell the Ridley story to all of your pedal lovers in the world, and I'm very happy that I can share our ideas with your audience and with yourself.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.